The other Sunday 425 game, Washington Commanders at the Dallas Cowboys, the 2-3-1 Cowboys. Washington favored by 1.5 here. Over-under's 54.5 because the Cowboys are playing. Neither secondary is good. Neither defense. I mean, the Cowboys defense just isn't good. But
it's atrocious.
Commanders, back end, they're having some issues still. Could be explosive here.
The Cowboys defense is awful. It's genuinely atrocious. And, maybe that'll come back at some point. But at the moment, it's an absolute wet paper bag. They can't stop anything. Even against the run, it's not great. And that's the better side. So you sort of feel like Washington across the board is going to feast on offense.
I haven't trusted Dallas's run defense in like a decade.
No, it could be a huge game for Bill Krosky-Merritt as a workhorse for Washington. Like, he could go nuts against this kind of defense. Then you're going to have Jaden Daniels and everything he can do. I don't see how this goes any other way than Washington putting up a ton of points, and then it's a case of whether Dallas's offense can match.
We mentioned George Pickens on the Monday show just looking like a wide receiver one, and there's a possibility that CeeDee Lamb comes back. Now, more good players is usually better, but there's always the question of, spreading the ball around and everything. Like, I don't think it'll be a massive issue, but man, it is the potential of this Dallas offense. Outside of last week, they've run the ball well with Javonte Williams. I think Dak's playing at an extremely high level, maybe the highest of his career. George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. I'll say it again this week. If the defense can just be a little bit better. They're talking about scheme changes. Are they going to stop playing so much zone with a man-heavy type of group with Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland? Like, that's the type of style that they should be playing. If they just get a little bit better defensively, Dallas can be more than feisty. Like, they could be a pretty good team. They've overcome the offensive line. Man, I said last week too, if you're being honest, I hate I'm doing this. If you're being honest about an MVP conversation, the most valuable player, Dak's got to be top 2 or 3 this year.
Yeah.
Because the more you do and the more your team lets you down, aren't you more inherently valuable? I brought this up about Joe Burrow last year. I mean, if you're just going to say, it's got to be the guy that wins, it's got to be the team that's got all the wins. It's like he led the team to 40 points against the Packers. We're going to look, if the Packers defense at the end of the year has these unbelievable defensive metrics, we're going to look back and say Dak put up 40 against them. He had a short field, had some stuff, but was really good against the Packers. Last week, kept leading the team back against the Panthers. And what was the Eagles game? Led the comeback and had multiple drops in a week 1 comeback. Dak is adding the value. His teammates are diminishing the value. That raises Dak's value if we're going to use the value play, right? He is doing his part. And look, 2023, he had MVP caliber numbers. I said he didn't play well in any good games. He beat up on all the worst defenses in the NFL. Stats are good. MVP case isn't there. Dak is doing this every week against Packers, Eagles, doesn't matter. Against the good teams, he's playing well. He's playing outstanding. He should be in the MVP conversation despite them being 2-3-1. Hey guys, real quick, only 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, so let's change that. Hit that subscribe button, and now let's get back to the action.
Yeah, there is no MVP conversation until like 3/4 of the way through the season. I refuse to entertain one until then.
For the people that are I'm not having the conversation. But for the people that are having the conversation, you got to. And I'm only using MVP to say, like, the guy's playing really well. That's the bottom line for that is throw for throw, making big plays, avoiding disastrous turnovers, making plays under pressure, elevating his team without their top receiver, elevating his team without 4/5 of the offensive line. Dak is doing all those things.
Yeah, Dak's playing great. I think one interesting thing for Dallas is, where did the run game go last week? Like, Javonte Williams have been playing really well so far this season. The Panthers just absolutely dominated this Dallas run game. They got nothing going. Javonte went nowhere. The offensive line got beat up. Was that a weird random game, or did that finally expose the fact that this offensive line isn't good, and somehow they've been having success anyway?
Yeah, I mean, that's the other piece. because Dak has been playing so well under pressure and they still have all these offensive line injuries, at some point, does that run out? The same way I'm saying at some point the defense can't be the worst in history.
Right.
It's going to be a little bit better, right? So maybe those things converge and we landed at just a 500 team. Big game in the NFC East, obviously, though.
And Washington kind of got wrecked against the run last week, but they'd been better before that. Yeah. So they're both teams in the run game, when Dallas has the ball on offense, are coming off weirdly bad games relative to what they'd done previously.
I worry about the Washington secondary all the time. But second worst coverage grade per PFF. Didn't love them coming in, and they've had some issues there. They have games where the pass rush gets home and they create some havoc, and I love what they could do with a Frankie Louvu as a hybrid piece. I just don't know if they have enough to stop Dallas. I think we are looking at a shootout, which is what Vegas also says.
Yep.
A close game, a shootout, a 3-3 Commanders team, and a 2-3-1 Cowboys team. Remember, they're still Commanders a game behind the Eagles in the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you going to go with this one?
I'm going to go with Washington.
Man, I don't love this at all.
I have hatred in my heart for Dallas after burning me last week.
You're going to pick against them the rest of the year,
accidental survivor pick.
I'll take Washington as well. And I lost Harry's pick. He's picking one of these teams.
Sure. I mean, that would be smart.
10-year-old Harry. What is with the document? I can't even see. I'm taking Washington. I don't know what Harry's. I can't look it up. We got to finish the show.
Yeah. Thanks for watching all the way to the end of the video.
Check the Mic is live every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a thing.
And the all-knowing algorithm is convinced you'll also like these videos, and who are we to argue?